Amber Rudd is to be recalled to give evidence to the Commons Home Affairs Committee after admitting she should have known about targets for removing illegal immigrants. The Home Secretary has resisted calls to quit, saying she is sorry for not being aware of documents which set out the targets. It comes after Ms. Rudd said she had not seen a leaked internal memo referring to the targets, even though she had been copied in. However, she acknowledged that the disclosure had raised legitimate questions and said she would be making a statement to MPs on Monday. The committee chairman, Labour MP Yvette Cooper, said, "We have obviously been given inaccurate information to Parliament twice now. This is a serious concern, and I am calling Amber Rudd to come back and give further evidence to the committee." "I think we will also want to hear from the Permanent Secretary as well, because this raises some questions about the way the Home Office is operating," she told the BBC Radio 4 Today programme. Justice Secretary David Gauke gave his backing to Ms. Rudd, saying she was an excellent Home Secretary. "She has accepted that she made a mistake. She didn't knowingly mislead the House of Commons, but she accepted that she was inaccurate in her statements," he said. She is coming back to the House of Commons on Monday to correct the record. "I have worked closely with Amber. I think she is an excellent Home Secretary and I look forward to working with her in future." Environment Secretary Michael Gove has said Labour are attempting to weaponize the situation and has also backed Ms. Rudd, saying she was a highly talented and highly effective minister. "When documents that should be placed in front of a Home Secretary aren't then placed in front of a Home Secretary, that is sad, that is regrettable," he added. But she was very clear both in her apology and also in the fact that this specific document wasn't placed in her box, wasn't brought to her attention. It wasn't a matter for decision. It was specifically prepared for another minister. It was sent to his office. It was copied into the Home Secretary's office. There are hundreds of documents which are copied into a Secretary of State's office every day and week. Some of those documents are not then brought to the Secretary of State's specific attention. He added, "Labour are attempting to weaponize this. I think that is quite wrong." Ms. Rudd had offered a statement in a series of tweets following the accusations that she had misled Parliament after she told the Commons on Thursday that she had never agreed to specific targets for removals. Ms. Rudd wrote on Twitter, "I will be making a statement in the House of Commons on Monday in response to legitimate questions that have arisen on targets and illegal migration." "I wasn't aware of specific removal targets. I accept I should have been, and I'm sorry that I wasn't." "I didn't see the leaked document, although it was copied to my office as many documents are." She added, "As Home Secretary, I will work to ensure that our immigration policy is fair and humane." The response comes after an explosive memo emerged which suggested Amber Rudd was told about illegal immigrant removal targets, despite telling MPs otherwise. The leaked memo was sent to the Home Secretary, and Immigration Minister Brandon Lewis said officials had set up a target of achieving 12,800 enforced returns in 2017-18. It also boasts that we have exceeded our target of assisted returns and that progress had been made on achieving the 10% increase in deportations they had promised Ms. Rudd. It adds that progress has been made on a path towards the 10% increase in the numbers deported as promised to Ms. Rudd. The memo, leaked to The Guardian, appeared to contradict evidence she gave to the Home Affairs Select Committee just 3 days ago, when she said she was not aware of any targets. Grilled by MPs on reports that there were targets, she told the committee, "We don't have targets for removals," adding, "That's not how we operate." A Home Office source told the newspaper, "We were gobsmacked by what she said and that she stuck to her guns." It is inconceivable that Amber Rudd did not know about the targets. Ms. Rudd is battling to cling on to her job after a torrid couple of weeks following the Windrush scandal. The fiasco saw immigrants who arrived from the Caribbean and have lived in the UK for decades threatened with deportation. They told how they lost their jobs, homes, were denied healthcare and stopped from going to their relatives' funerals and weddings because they did not have proper paperwork. Labour's Shadow Home Secretary Diane Abbott said she should resign, and the SNP have joined in the calls for her to go. Shadow Home Secretary Diane Abbott said that Ms. Rudd should have been prepared to accept responsibility for what had happened. She said, "I am just surprised that she doesn't seem to take the issue seriously enough to offer her resignation." Ms. Rudd has insisted that she is determined to reform the Home Office, distancing herself from Theresa May's policy to create a hostile environment for illegal immigrants. And while she has refused to say if she has considered quitting over the scandal, she insists that she is the right person to reform the department. But the 6-page memo, which was prepared by Hugh Indiana, the Director General of the Home Office's Immigration Enforcement Agency, deals her account another blow. And it is renewed calls for her to be sacked over the fiasco. Ms. Abbott said, "Amber Rudd either failed to read this memo and has no clear understanding of the policies in her own department, or she has misled Parliament and the British people." Either way, she needs to accept responsibility and resign immediately. But Lord Blunkett, a former Labour minister, has said Labour should back Ms. Rudd to stay because she is one of the cabinet's leading anti-Brexiteers. He told BBC Radio 4's Today programme imbalancing the Brexit balance in the cabinet would not be in the best interests of the country. I think she needs to get her act together," he added. On a purely party political old-style jungle fight. "If I thought this would actually change the government, then I might consider it, but actually I don't believe it would." "I think it would be damaging to those of us who want at least some sane voices inside the cabinet."